Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Poke BI. My name is Jake, and today we're going to be going over another episode of Champion's Path. Now, for those who have been following the videos, you might notice that the data might look a little bit different, a little bit more listings being sold. The reason for that is because I was going through the code that I wrote and realized that there were certain keywords being omitted, and those keywords were actually preventing listings from showing up. Now, it didn't significantly change the averages of the price when I was looking back to compare, but it did change the quantities of the units being sold. So that's why you're going to see, like, it was, I think, 45, this number, what is this, October 2nd. And now it's 62. This was, I believe, 22, and now it's 35. So the quantity being sold definitely increased. But now we have more accurate data, so that's awesome. And as always, this is not investment advice. This is just my opinion and me web scraping and talking about what I see. Because there are times that I'm going to make mistakes with the data. There are times that I don't use the most optimized method of scraping, that maybe I delete something by accident, and it can affect an average. For the most part, I try to do my due diligence with this, but hey, I'm a human and mistakes can be made. So that's why I say don't invest based on this data. Invest based on, number one, what you love, and number two, a myriad of resources. Don't just trust me. Trust Twice Baked Jake, SM Pratt, ZNG Emporium, Leonhardt, all those big YouTubers as well. Those are people that you should, that I believe you should trust as well in their opinions. So yeah, diversify your knowledge base, That's all I'm trying to say. But either way, let's get right into it. The very first thing is you're going to notice that the prices have dropped on the Charizards. Both Charizard VMax and Shiny Charizard V. Last time we looked at the data was, I believe, October 18th, and they were both 550 and 530 apiece, and now they are 500 and 480 apiece. So there has been about a $50 difference for both of them of a drop. And when you're talking about the prices being 550, 500, 530, that range, that's about a 10% to 11% drop, which is not significant. It's big, but it's not super significant. One of the big things that I've been saying a lot is that as time goes with this and more inventory gets put on the shelf and people get their hands on these packs and open them up and pull these cards, list them on eBay, the more supply there is, the lower the demand is, and the price is going to drop. There is no way that the prices were gonna stay anywhere close to this, at least not for the few months that Champion's Path is out, or rather the year and some change that's probably going to be out. Most of the holiday sets are out of print by the following year. But even then, look, Hidden Fates. Hidden Fates came out in 2019 holiday set, and we're still getting a reprint into January 2021. So who knows? I do believe, though, that the Charizards are going to continue to drop. I think I said last video that I thought it was going to be at like a healthy 450 for both of them, the long-term price. And then once Champion's Path is out of print, there might be some new-founded demand for the set after a couple of years. I think the prices are going to steadily increase back. But aside from the prices, you can also notice that the quantities being sold has dropped significantly. Last time we looked at the data, we had 27 Rainbow Rare Charizards being sold in one day and 7 Shiny Charizards. And now we're at 6 apiece. So fewer people are selling, which is what I believe is causing these spikes and drops, these mountains and valleys, because I believe you're going to have, if you have, let's say, 5 auctions ending in one day, or 5 listings in one day that sell. 2 of them were buy it nows, 3 of them were auctions in a hypothetical scenario. The 2 buy it nows, almost always buy it nows are higher than what the auctions end at. Almost always. So let's say 2 buy it nows ended at 530 or rather 570 and 580. Then what you're gonna have is the first auction ends at the lowest amount, then the second auction is gonna be a little bit higher than that, and then the third auction is gonna be higher than the last auction, but lower than the buy it nows. So that's what I think is happening with these mountains and valleys. That it's just a mixture of it's like however many auctions there are, you're gonna see the more auctions, the lower the price. the fewer auctions and the more buy it nows, the higher the price. So I think that's what you're seeing over here, these ups and downs. I hope that made sense. I hope I communicated what I was trying to think. But over here, you can pause the video at any time and look at how many were being sold per day. This is up to the 22nd, so I'll scroll down to now the 21st, so you can now have a picture of everything from the 13th on. So outside of the Charizards, I do have some bad news for you guys. Due to time constraints, how long it really does take me a while to clean up this data, so that way it's readable in Excel and then importable into Power BI. It does take me a while, and because of that, I have to forego doing the pin collections. The double V boxes, the pin collections, all that, the Marnie box, all those things, I removed them from the data. And the reason, I had two main reasons behind it. Number one was the time constraint, because I am very limited in my time right now, and I do want to make these videos, but I don't want this video not to come out because I didn't have enough time to go through all those pin boxes, you know. 3 different things in the data, 3 different data points, being the Shiny Charizard, the VMax Charizard, and the Elite Trainer boxes. 3 things are, it's time consuming, but it's not the end of the world. But when you have like 15 items, because each of the different boxes, and then the, just the different boxes, it becomes a lot. So that was the first thing. And the second reason, I think more important than the first one, is the data didn't really tell us anything. If you look back at that last video that I had all those pin collections, they were all in a very linear straight line. And pretty much they're all 10% above break even for a seller on eBay. And what that means is, let's say the double V boxes. The double V boxes are $20 MSRP. Now, if you sell the double V box for $32, $5 is going to be used for shipping. So you went from $20 to $25 of an investment. Then $3 is going to come off from eBay fees. So that's 32 minus 3 is going to be 29. So you're looking at about $3 profit for a 10% margin on an item. Because in all reality, if you're selling for less than 10%, like even $3 is a very little amount of money for how much effort you're going through to sell one box, between waiting in line at Target when they come out, or clicking away on your computer, refreshing a page, whatever the case, however you get them. $3 for all the profit between that to list it on eBay, take pictures, and then ship it out is very little. But you're seeing majority of double boxes being sold for about $32. And what that's telling you is that the demand is not high enough that people are willing to spend $40 on a double box, double the price. And because the prices really aren't increasing like that, I don't feel as though the data really tells anything else other than that. It was the reason why the Elite Trainer box is interesting to look at is because the promo card that comes inside of it. Not only does the box have Charizard, and that is an appealing thing to collectors, but it has a Charizard on the inside. Rather, it has a Charizard on the outside and on the inside. And the one on the inside is something that still goes for like $25 to $40, depending on the condition and depending on the day you buy it. So those Charizard V promo cards, plus the Charizard box itself of Champion's Path, both contribute to a much higher demand than people going for, I don't know, the Sirchester or whatever, the Stow Inside pin collection or whatever the pin box or the double box. Nobody's gonna pay twice as much or almost twice as much for a double promo or a jumbo card. Like, the demand for Champion's Path isn't the reason why the ETBs are doing so well. It's the demand for the Charizards that are on the Charizard that's on the inside, because you can open it up essentially. If you buy for, let's say, $75, you can open it up, sell the Charizard, you have it now MSRP for $50, and then you're paying a little bit more than $4 a pack. But still, like, overall what I'm trying to say is that the Elite Trainer boxes have different points that make the demand higher and make it more interesting to look at the data, to be completely honest. Like, this is This to me is telling more of a picture of the supply and demand and the reprints and all that compared to the double boxes or the Hatterene boxes and stuff. But I digress. That's those reasons are the reasons why I've stopped grabbing them until I'm able to refine my skills in Python a little bit more to uh, narrow down the results without omitting correct data. It's just way too much of a time crunch, and I really do want to make more of these videos. Whether it's Champion's Path, Hidden Fates, the Elite Trainer boxes, which I still haven't even put out the first video for, or the booster box for XY Evolutions, which has done really well. I want to put out videos, and I don't want the reason why a video doesn't come out this week. I don't want the reason to be because I just didn't have the time to clean up the data. I want to make this as smooth as possible. But that's that's why we don't see those anymore. But outside of that, the Elite Trainer box itself did well a couple days ago. There were a few sales. This one was £100, like Great Britain, £100 sale. So if it was within the UK, then it falls in line with this. I know like there's a currency conversion and all that, but still. There were a few of them that were in the $120, $130 range. And when I looked at them, they were all single boxes, unopened, no promos attached outside of the stuff that you normally get. So as far as I saw, they were valid data points. And if you look over here, 26 sales. If it was like 8 and 100, then it would be like, okay, cool. That there was just a smaller number being sold, so they had, like the $130 ones made an increase. But no, 26 of them, and they had an average of 100. So that's pretty interesting. But one of the big things to take note is that Pokemon announced a new reprint in January for the Elite Trainer boxes, and they actually had pre-orders live on their website for many hours, many hours. So I know many people who are placing orders. The big question of the day is how many of them are actually going to get fulfilled. Are they going to get canceled because there was just an oversaturation, or rather it was just open for too long? Are they just trying to get a feel of what the demand is for those boxes themselves? So they kept it all open and now they know how many to order for the future? Who knows? But regardless, the same way that with Hidden Fates, we had the Elite Trainer box, it went that it was a Chaos, no, Forbidden Planet. Forbidden Planet, the UK website, had the reprint for $50 on their website. And it was a mistake on their end, but they had it open for a few hours. That same day, because people were afraid a reprint was coming, the price dropped by $100 and something for that ETB. So that's why I believe you're seeing over here. This dropped from, assume let's say even the price was $90. This dropped from whatever it would be here to $80 is significant. Because again, you have to think about it like a seller on eBay, not just as a buyer, but if you're buying a product that's $50 MSRP, that means you're paying $53 after taxes. Then if you want to ship that box to somebody, that's going to be about $8 because those ETBs are fairly dense and there are weird dimensions as well. So it's going to be about, let's say, put it at $7 just to get to an even 60. So now we're at $60 invested. And if you sell your ETB for $80, you're paying about 10 to 12% fees. Let's say it's 10% fees. So that's $80. So then we're looking at about $8 plus the 60. We're looking at $68 invested. And that's just the fees and the, shipping costs. For $12 profit, is it worth it for you to go to Target and wait for the hour and a half on average between getting there and getting an Elite Trainer box and spend like all that time? So there is, whenever you're looking at retail Pokemon that's being sold on the secondhand market, think of it like this. How much is it MSRP? How much does it cost for a seller to ship to me? How much are they getting taken away from fees? That profit margin is really like, how do I put it? I believe the Elite Trainer boxes are going to soon come to a point, at least the Champion's Path ones, that as soon as the price drops to about $75, you're going to see a significant amount of fewer scalpers grabbing Champions Path in general. Like on OfferUp, on eBay, I believe the quantities being sold is going to drop down significantly as this price drops down as well. Because at some point, it's not going to be worth it anymore. It's just not going to be worth for people to list these on eBay. On OfferUp, absolutely, but on eBay, I don't believe so. OfferUp, you don't have to worry about shipping if you're keeping it local, and you don't have to worry about fees. So that's pure profit margins. Even at $80, you're making $25 profit, which $25 profit on a $50 investment is great. That's 50% margins. But yeah, that's my prediction for Champions Path at least. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Like, do you guys even agree with me in the prediction that as the price drops more, we're going to see fewer of them being sold, we're going to see more on the shelf? Like, or do you think that Champions Path is, and the supply issues are just always going to have such a demand that you're never going to see any retail Champions Path on the shelves, and the prices are going to increase? Let me know what you guys think. I think they're going to be decreasing, but I love having the conversation with you guys. But yeah, as always, thank you guys very, very, very much for watching. I'm actually doing something pretty cool that I wasn't sure if I was going to share with you guys just yet, but I think I can give you guys a little hint. I made a website, and I want to start publishing this data onto that website. And hold on, let it load. And this is just a sneak peek for you. Whoop. Poke Amazon. It's not ready just yet for everybody, but what it is that's going to be where I'm going to start posting like screenshots of this, so that way you guys can see these data points. And yeah, so that way you guys don't have to just go on YouTube and pause the video at certain points. But yeah, the website's on the way, and I appreciate the support from all you guys. But as always, I appreciate you guys watching. I love all of you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.